We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Playana to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Glad you are with us here today as we get things rolling here for another show. It's almost 14 minutes, actually. Just clicked over 14 after 10. And got a lot of information to pass along to you here between now and 11 o'clock when we jump into the Rick Burgess Show, and then right on through the afternoon with Dave Ramsey, Financial Coaching Radio, All That's News, and All Sports Talk. All of that coming up here on WGNS. Jennifer Duran today is the SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day for being an amazing person who helps take the stresses out of life's worries. Jennifer Duran today receiving flowers from Jenny Harrison and Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts, plus WGNS Radio. So thanks to our pals over at Ryan Flowers for always being there when we need them, which is every weekday. Because they partner with us for the Good Neighbor of the Day and have for so long. Jennifer Duran today, the recipient of the SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day Award. So, congrats to Jennifer, who doesn't need, stresses taken away from life's worries, right? Today's Good Neighbor Spotlight comes from SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known, and celebrating the neighbors who pour strength into our community. Very simple to get in a Good Neighbor of the Day. It is as easy as texting the word neighbor to 615-893-1450, or just head to wgnsradio.com/goodneighbor. Those are the two easy ways to get in your Good Neighbor nomination to us. wgnsradio.com/goodneighbor, or text us with the word neighbor. There'll be a link and a reply you get back from us. It'll trigger an auto response there for you. All right. Well, how about wish Michaela Evans a happy birthday today? If you know Michaela out there, well, she's celebrating a birthday on this 15th day of January. What year is it? 2028? 2026. I know. It's just been a week, right? Just kind of getting back into the flow of things. I'm sure you've got the same going on. Anyway, Michaela Evans, the recipient today of the banana pudding from Slick Pig. Get to enjoy that to celebrate your birthday. So, Michaela, hope you enjoy. Rutherford Issues comes to you from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios today. January mornings are colder, and this one certainly is. But your home stays warm and ready for what's ahead. MTE bringing good energy into 2026 and beyond. 2026. Still, it's a habit, and I can't seem to break it yet. When I'm typing the date, which I do in a lot of things, it's always 5. I just can't seem to get past that. But hopefully one day. It's time to check on a little bit of weather for you today.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Clearing look out there. A few puffy clouds. But the temperatures surely are not warm. 27 degrees right now at our downtown studios, and also at the Murfreesboro Airport, up to a balmy 29 in Smyrna right now. No snow out there for us. There is a little bit of something out there on the radar. We'll take a look at that here coming up in just a second. But first, your forecast.
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see skies becoming mostly sunny here this afternoon with a high in the mid-30s. Northwest winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And then for tonight, increasing cloud cover with a low around 20. Friday, a chance for some rain here late, partial sunshine, a high of 50 degrees. And Saturday, partly sunny skies, a high around 42. Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 32. Then by Monday, plenty of blue skies and sun, high around 39. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer, for the update there. Let's check your Rutherford weather radar, and we're seeing a few little light snow showers to the east of us. Now, this precipitation is actually showing up as a mix, but just with the temperatures that we have out there, don't think that that's possible that it's a mix, just to be honest with you. So really kind of thinking whatever is falling, if it is falling, has to be some snow. A few little returns coming in around Walter Hill, 231 in Walter Hill, right where Las Casas Pike intersects. And then just south of St. John's and Canesville, we've got just north of Las Casas, a little blip on the radar. Whether it's making its way to the ground, who knows? Could just be a little bit of ground clutter as well. But just a few, maybe little flurries could fly today. Not even really in the forecast, but we do have a few showing up on radar. That is a look at your forecast. Not really, we're going to warm up enough on Friday that what we have Friday is just going to be snow. I'm sorry, just going to be rain, not snow. Sorry to get your hopes up there. So Friday night looks like snow, and then the bottom's going to fall out again after Saturday. We're only going to be 33 on Sunday, 36 on Monday, and Monday night, 11 degrees is the forecast. We're going to warm up again. They're going to cool down again. It's going to be kind of like whiplash weather for you. Rutherford weather can be seen at rutherfordwx.com in terms of where you can take in the content on our social channels. YouTube, still my favorite. Pop it up on the TV and watch, or watch on your phone, tablet, computer. So, and during impactful and severe weather, we're live on the Rutherford Weather Channel, and we'll be on WGNS Radio during warnings and situations like that. So if it's impactful weather, when it happens here in Rutherford County, we're keeping you updated on Rutherford weather. Facebook and X, two great locations just to keep up with what's going on with Rutherford County weather. All right, well, that's your forecast update here this morning from WGNS and Rutherford Weather.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
CBS Money Watch.
Verizon Wireless says the issue that caused yesterday's massive outage has been resolved. The company is urging customers to restart their mobile devices if they're still having problems. Verizon said it is truly sorry the company let customers down and vowed to make this right by providing credits to customers' accounts. And it's Fuel Day at Circle K. That means today only, Circle K is slashing 40 cents off the price of gas per gallon at its more than 5,000 locations nationwide, all day long with no purchase necessary. Non-members can sign up for the loyalty program to get the discount. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jesse Mitchell.
Right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up more than 300 points as chip and bank stocks rally. The Dow sitting right now up 361 at 49,511. S&P ahead 45, 69.72. NASDAQ up 215 at 23,687.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Well, we are going to check coming up here on WGNS on the very latest national news that comes your way from our friends at CBS. And do want to remind you, for those watching on Big G TV, that coverage made possible by Murfreesboro Medical Clinic. Improving community health for more than 7 decades, MMC provides accessible, cost-effective care from excellent physicians in advanced medical facilities. That's Murfreesboro Medical Clinic and Surgery Center. Here's your World News Check now from CBS.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump has threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act to justify deploying troops as protests against ICE persist in Minneapolis. Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
I want to emphasize that even if there's a protest that has violence that comes with it, that doesn't equate with an insurrection or rebellion. So that's why the act is so rarely used.
There were new protests in Minneapolis last night after an ICE agent shot and wounded a man in the leg. The U.S. military says it seized a Venezuelan-linked oil tanker in the Caribbean this morning. Today, President Trump meets with Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. Foreign policy analyst Oliver Stunkel.
A lot of Venezuelans believe that Trump would seek to install the opposition leader who's thought to have won the 2024 presidential election. However, he has not done that. More than that, he's actually actively undermined her and said that she's currently not able to govern. She doesn't have, quote unquote, respect in the country.
The U.S. is imposing a new round of sanctions on officials in Iran accused of repressing protests in this week's deadly crackdown. Prosecutors here at home have charged 20 people, including 15 former college players, in an alleged scheme to fix basketball games. CBS's Scott McFarland.
Players at some major college basketball programs have been bribed, allegedly, to tank their performances to enrich sports gamblers. These are some rather large school programs at which this is allegedly happening, from the Big East, schools like St. John's and DePaul and Georgetown.
NASA says the astronaut with a medical issue who just returned to Earth with 3 others from the space station is fine and in good spirits. Our space consultant, Bill Harwood.
Yeah, they said this wasn't an emergency return, but obviously it was to get the astronaut back on the ground as soon as reasonably possible so they could carry out more thorough tests than they can do in orbit.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is blocking Louisiana's effort to extradite a doctor accused of mailing abortion pills out of state.
Louisiana wants to extradite Dr. Remy Cueto, a Bay Area doctor who allegedly provided abortion pills to a Louisiana woman in 2023. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill.
It's illegal drug trafficking, and we will continue to prosecute those doctors, and we will also continue to pursue actions against the states that are shielding those doctors and allowing them to illegally try to nullify our laws.
Governor Newsom says California will not allow extremist politicians from other states to punish its doctors for providing abortion care. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 360. This is CBS News.
I'm Major Garrett. Follow and listen to The Takeout on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Here's Marcia Saulfeld with First Mortgage, a department of First National Bank of Middle Tennessee.
Friday nights are all about football, teamwork, strategy, and moving the ball forward. And when it comes to your mortgage, I bring that same game plan to help you win. Whether it's buying your first home, upgrading, or even refinancing to save big. From first downs to first homes and from refinancing to new beginnings, I'll work with you every step of the way. Call me, Marcia Saulfeld at First Mortgage, and let's open the door to your future.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NLMS 401715.
This is a paid legal ad.
I'm attorney John Day. One of our clients was operating a farm tractor when he was rear-ended by a tractor trailer. In an instant, his life was changed forever. We helped him receive a settlement that has given him financial security for the rest of his life. Now, each case is different, and we can't promise this type of result for every case. But we can promise that when you hire the law offices of John Day, we'll work hard to help you. If you think we can help, call me, John Day.
Access Tennessee Sports. I'm Josh Copley. Undefeated no more. Number 10 Vanderbilt men's basketball lost their first game of the season, and it would be against Texas on the road, 80-64. The Longhorns controlled both halves, but really pulled away in the second. It was an uncharacteristic off-night shooting for the Commodores, as they would finish with a 36.7 shooting percentage, missing 9 of 10 three-point attempts in the second half. Unfortunate news for Tennessee Titans fans. Former Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh is finalizing a deal to become the new head coach of the New York Giants. Adam Schefter broke the news last night. This would be the day before Harbaugh was supposed to be interviewed in Baltimore by the Titans. Before he turns the page, Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia received one final collegiate honor. On top of being a Heisman finalist, he was selected as the headlining quarterback for the Panini Senior Bowl. The national team will take the field at Hancock Whitney Stadium in Mobile, Alabama on January 31st. I'm Josh Copley with Access Tennessee Sports.
This is News Radio WGNS, Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Well, coming up tonight, we've got Lady Raider Hoops. La Tech, the opponent. Women's basketball tonight, 6 o'clock with a 6:30 tip. So hope you'll join us right after All Sports Talk. That'll be here on WGNS. Last night, the Blue Raider men fell in a last-second shot by Louisiana Tech, 59-58. Man, tough to lose those, right? Splitting the season series with the Bulldogs. The Blue Raiders came out fighting once again against Louisiana Tech, this time doing most of their damage inside the arc. In the first meeting between the two teams, MT knocked down a program best 22 three-pointers in Murfreesboro, but the success early on came from balanced scoring and defensive stops. But last night, basket proving to be the difference, momentum shifting in the second half, managed just 18 points did the Blue Raiders over the final 20 minutes. The Bulldogs chipped away and finally connected on their first three-pointer of the night with 4.7 seconds remaining to take a 1-point lead that proved to be the victory. More on that at wgnsradio.com. Want to remind you also that we've got Middle Tennessee basketball this weekend. We'll have both men's and women's games on Saturday, 12:30 for the women's game at Sam Houston, and then the men are at home versus Missouri State. 12:30 for the women's game, tip at 1. 4:30 for the men's game, tip at 5. Tomorrow night on State Farm Prep Basketball, we're headed to Stewart's Creek as the Creek welcomes Blackman. Be sure to join us for our pregame at 5:45 with tip-off coming at 6 in the girls' game. The boys' game will follow. Then, speaking of boys, Saturday morning on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, we're talking boys basketball on the show, and MTCS Cougar Corner heads your way on Saturday morning, airtime at 11:15.
Scientists in Finland found the one thing you do on your phone that's even more stressful than doom scrolling the news. It's online shopping. Who knew retail therapy could be so emotionally damaging? They found that hunting for that perfect pair of pants tends to set off the stressometer even harder than social media, reading headlines, and even checking work email. It probably won't get cold enough to snow in Florida, but it could be raining lizards. Whenever it drops below 50, iguanas start falling out of trees. They kind of get paralyzed by the cold and lose their grip. They're usually fine by the time the sun comes up, but that dent in your car won't fix itself. Now that a donut shop in New York is grossing everyone out with an anchovy-flavored donut that people are lining up to try, it might be a good time to remind everyone of some of the other nasty attempts at donut delicacies. There was the salmon-flavored donut in Alaska, an Eggs Benedict donut in LA, and the TikTok viral mac and cheese donut that not everybody hated. That's what's trending. I'm Christian Chase.
This is CBS Eye on Veterans. Special operations teams like Delta Force and Navy SEALs receive well-deserved recognition for their incredible ability. Special Forces veteran Jack Murphy explains the secret to their effectiveness starts with the pilots of a squadron known as the Night Stalkers.
I've been on them and watched them set a helicopter down on a street in the middle of Mosul, Iraq at night with telephone wires and electrical wires all around us fluttering in the rotor wash. And they're able to maneuver that aircraft just in the perfect place, get you right down where you belong. I've been on little birds landing on rooftops and stuff like that. I mean, it's incredibly impressive what those pilots are able to do.
TV's #1 news program is available whenever you want with the 60 Minutes podcast. Follow and listen to 60 Minutes on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Carlin Cochran. A Cheatham County fugitive is back behind bars after nearly a year on the run. 34-year-old Cody Waller, wanted on aggravated child abuse and neglect charges, was arrested Tuesday at a Tallahassee bus station as he tried to leave Florida. Investigators say media exposure caused Waller to panic and make mistakes. He's now jailed in Florida awaiting extradition with additional warrants pending. Knoxville police are investigating a serious crash involving a Knoxville area transit bus and a passenger vehicle downtown. The collision happened just after 6:15 Wednesday evening at Hall of Fame Drive and Church Avenue near the CAT station and Civic Coliseum. Officers remained on the scene and drivers are urged to avoid the area as the investigation continues. More news in 30 seconds.
At Maples Realty and Auction, we handle traditional sales, auctions, and property management. And we have a development called The Maples with local builders and amenities. This is Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Let us help you get your property sold.
When it's time to buy or sell, trust the name your neighbors know.
I refer a lot of clients to Maples Realty when we have real estate issues that are coming up. Working with Maples has been easy for me, easy for my clients.
Our people, that's the difference.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold by Maples Realty and Auction.
A new museum exploring the relationship between art, money, and contemporary culture has opened in Nashville. BTC Incorporated has launched the Bitcoin Museum and Art Gallery, expanding on more than 5 years of Bitcoin-related art programming from conferences around the world. Led by curator Dennis Koch, the museum opens with a solo exhibition and will feature rotating shows, artist residencies, and research year-round. Carlin Cochran, Access Tennessee News.
I've got pests, bees, buzzing rodents running all through my house. Ants chewing wood, and look, there's a mouse. I've overrun with pests, but you're gonna be sure, safe and secure. It's the last rites for those pests. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests.
893-7111. AmeriCare Services Incorporated. Call us today. 893-7111.
Game day is coming, and are you ready to represent the Blue Raiders? At Raider Tees, we've got the largest selection of officially licensed Middle Tennessee gear in town. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, even tailgating essentials. You name it, we've got it. No more searching through random stores. Everything you need is right here at 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS. Get game day ready at Raider Tees. Bigger, better, and go blue.
This is the CBS Entertainment Report. We're back to the final frontier this week with the premiere of Star Trek Starfleet Academy, with lots of new faces and some familiar ones too.
I am a Klingon warrior.
He is at Starfleet Academy to be a doctor.
Meet Karim Diane. He plays Klingon cadet Jadine Krog, and he told me he is not what you're used to.
He's a medical student, and so he's not interested in taking lives away. He wants to really figure out how to save them.
Your challenge holds no value for me.
All right, the first 2 episodes of Star Trek Starfleet Academy are streaming now on Paramount+. For CBS Entertainment, I'm Matt Wolf.
Hey, it's CBS News business analyst and certified financial planner Jill Schlesinger. Follow and listen to Money Watch with Jill Schlesinger on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit recyclerightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you. That's recyclerightTN.com.
Recycle right, it's all on you. Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right, Tennessee.
Go to recyclerightTN.com.
Recycle right, Tennessee.
This is Chip Walters, and you're listening to Rutherford County's Blue Raider station.
Yeah, we got them. MTSU Sports on WGNS, AM, FM, online.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
On FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Well, Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Those fireplaces going this morning. Coffee brewing, I'm sure. New calendars on the wall. And MTE keeps the fresh starts feeling warm and bright. Happy New Year from your friends at Middle Tennessee Electric. Well, today we're going to be talking Storybook Breakfast. The United Way of South Central Tennessee has a big event, and our friends from Murfreesboro Medical Clinic are joining today. Brandice, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's always fun to have you in. You're wearing, the MMC blue today.
The WGNS blue.
WGNS blue.
MTSU blue.
Yeah. We're
United
just all
Way
blue.
blue.
That's it.
Yeah.
All blue. You brought a special guest with you today, and we're going to kind of talk about how the Storybook Breakfast really goes together with I guess your mission with pediatrics, huh?
Absolutely. Storybook Breakfast, I believe this is our 6th year for Storybook Breakfast. It is a wonderful event that allows children and families to come together on a Saturday morning, meet their favorite book characters, have a little breakfast, do some crafts, lots of fun activities for the family. And what Storybook Breakfast does is raise money for the Books from Birth program, which most people know as the Imagination Library.
Mm-hmm.
So we love Dolly. Dolly is a champion for early childhood literacy, but unfortunately, Dolly doesn't pay for the books that get mailed out to children. So this is a fundraiser to help fund that.
Yeah. A great initiative, but that falls to someone to help raise the money.
Absolutely.
And my 8-month-old granddaughter's very happy to be able to get those books. She's not reading just yet, but we're reading to her. She'll be reading soon.
Which is so important. And I know that Dr. Marcy Castleberry, who is here with us, can talk about the importance of early childhood literacy and how important it is for parents to read to their children.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Castleberry, good to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
I don't know how many books my granddaughter got for Christmas, but it was a ton. And so it's all of these pop-up books that we read to her, and the story just kind of jumps to life out of the book, and you got the touching and the feeling and the crackling and all that stuff, and
good stuff.
All of those things are, and she's very engaged, but that's kind of what we're talking about, right? With even with babies.
It could be, yes. And the important thing about reading to a child is that they have a positive experience with books. That's I tell parents there's a lot of different abilities among parents to read to their kids. Some parents could teach me about literacy in children. They are very knowledgeable and very intentional about it. But some parents maybe don't read well. They weren't read to as kids. They worry, I'm not doing it right, or my child won't like it. But, the important thing is that child has a positive experience with parents. So, with the book. So Those books that have the little scratchy, like Never Touch a Porcupine, or the crackly and the flippy. Those are good to help kids to learn to love books. Now, of course, as they progress, they're going to stop wanting all that stuff, and that's okay. So, but in my exam room, when I have a child who I can tell the parents are maybe not reading to them, they're intimidated by the process for whatever reason, I keep a bookshelf of children's books there at my office, and I'll go grab one that's appropriate for that child's age level, and just bring it and sort of model that for the parents. So, read to the child, open it up. I don't typically say Once Upon a Time and go page 1, 2, 3. We'll open up in the middle and go, oh, look, it's a baby. Where's the baby's eyes? And the child, will touch and look. And without exception, the parents just light up when they see their child enjoying the book, especially if they sort of didn't know that was an option.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of parents now, they're on screens themselves. They tend to depend on screens a lot with their kids. Unfortunately, a lot of parents caregivers put their kids to sleep by turning on a video and then leaving the room, or the parent themselves is sort of on their screen. And so, that's another thing I really encourage parents to do is turn the screens off at least an hour before bedtime. Give yourself extra time. Start the bedtime process early enough so you have 5 to 15 minutes to read with that child.
Yeah,
it's really important.
Yeah, I'm the late Wednesday afternoon babysitter, and so we did a little reading. But she's teething, so she wanted to eat the book rather than listen. But just to have that time too also helps with parents or grandparents or whomever is doing the reading. There's a bonding moment there too,
So
and that's
true.
important, isn't it?
It is so true. And that's true. They talk about kind of the milestones of reading, and one of them is slapping the book and scratching the book and drooling on it and chewing it, and that's all okay. They're nice wipeable books, board books. That's okay.
Yeah. And Brandice, why Storybook Breakfast and being a part of this? I mean, obviously you have doctors, pediatric doctors who are see the importance, and so this is just kind of a way to come behind that and support parents in it, right?
Absolutely. United Way's mission of providing these opportunities for early literacy for children was so important. It's important for our clinic. We believe in their mission. It aligns with ours in developing healthy families. And this is just it's also, honestly, it's a fun way for us to give back. We like to give back to nonprofits that kind of align with our mission of nurturing the health of our community. And the Storybook Breakfast is just a really fun way for us to do that. We get to interact with storybook characters. We get to see our patients, our families that we work with every day on that Saturday morning, and to know the impact that those dollars raised on that day is just really, it is really meaningful for us. It really makes a difference. So United Way has given me some numbers so I can share with you.
Yeah.
So in 24 and 25, over 21,000 children in Rutherford County and almost 1,000 children in Cannon County received books through this Books from Birth program. And the total books, over 312,000 books came into the homes of our families in Rutherford County. And if you were thinking about families that may not have as easy access to books, they may not have the disposable income. Our libraries are great, and I know we partner with libraries to help. Library cards are free, and they offer all these wonderful opportunities. And then United Way comes in, and there is a book delivered directly to their home that is curated for where that child is in development. So it's a really wonderful thing that gives easy access to a lot of our families in Rutherford County that might not otherwise.
The event itself is I'm trying to think of the words to describe it, but kids are they always enjoy it. I mean, they get to see their favorite characters come to life.
Yes.
I mean, what better?
It is so much fun, and each year the committee really works hard to find characters to come that really resonate with children in our community today. So this year we have Llama Red Pajama, we have Pete the Cat, we have Esteban the Green Crayon, which I was not familiar with, but I think a lot of children love him. We also have Piggy and Elephant, and we have Dinosaur from the How Do series of dinosaurs. And then we have probably one of our most popular characters to date, Bluey. So the library is graciously sponsoring Bluey for us again. So the characters are there. Parents get to go meet. Kids get to meet their favorite book characters. We're going to have a special autograph book this year. They can do photos with them. We have craft projects, breakfast, story time by some of our pediatricians and some other people in the community. It's almost like going to Disney without the rides and a much cheaper price tag.
Yeah.
So you get to meet all these cool characters and interact with them and get great photos. So
there's also a bookmobile there, isn't
and there's
there?
the library brings their bookmobile. So you can get a library card. You can check out books from the bookmobile. But if you don't have a library card, you can get one that day. It's just a really fun event, and it's super casual. We will have 3 settings this year. We're growing. We've only had 2 breakfast times in the past, and we sell out. So we've added a third time. So there's 3 different time opportunities: 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m. So you can come at any one of those times, and then there will be a series of events, activities to do, and character meet and greets. And that's on March 7th, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's on March 7th.
That's a Saturday.
It is a Saturday, March 7th, and tickets are on sale now. So tickets are $15 per person, or you can get a household ticket for $60, where the mom, dad,
everybody
in the household can come. Yeah.
Now, where is what location?
So it will be at Overall Creek Elementary, which is over on the Blackman side of town. And all of the information about location, events, and tickets can be found on the yourlocaluw.org website.
Absolutely. Looking at it right now. 7th annual Storybook Breakfast. And it's in partnership with MMC Pediatrics. And again, it is on Saturday, March 7th. And you said 8, 9:30, and 11.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So come have breakfast or brunch.
Breakfast, brunch, whatever it takes. You know, I was not familiar with any of those that you mentioned except Bluey.
Okay.
You know, but I've got my kids themselves are 25 and 22.
Sure.
So. But we're getting into the grandparent phase now, so we've watched a little Bluey, and I think there's a Bluey book in her diaper bag. So
sure,
you know, we've done a
Bluey,
little Bluey.
Last year, our line for Bluey stayed pretty consistent. Everybody wanted to see Bluey, and we really appreciate the library doing that for us. And the library also comes and does a puppet show. So when the characters need to take a break for water and just sit down and rest for a minute, the library puts on a really lovely puppet show for everyone there. So
kind of hard to stay in character, the full 3 hours now.
Well, and characters need breaks too.
That's right.
They have to have water. Yeah.
Dr. Castleberry, the event itself, maybe talk to about the sponsorship and why it's important. And I mean, obviously MMC Pediatrics partners with this program.
Yes, it's so important. It's an investment in our children and also in our future. I mean, they are our future, and there are a lot of studies looking at literacy in kids and what you can do to help kids set them up for academic success, intellectual success, emotional, for kids to emotionally thrive. And they found that reading to children really from early infancy by 6 months old. I have a lot of families who read to the baby, when they're a baby bump, and that's good to do too. But because kids, their brains are just wired to learn. And a child, from the time they're born to the time they're 12 months old, their brain size has increased 3 times. And a lot of that is learning language acquisition, sounds, that sort of thing. And so reading to them early is so very important. There was a study where they looked at 4-year-olds who were spoken to and read to often, and then those who weren't. And they found that the 4-year-olds who weren't had about 30 million fewer words in their vocabulary. That is shocking. But why that's important is because when we know more words, when we know more concepts, language experts say, when the more words the more you can think. Learning new words broadens your brain and helps you to sort of navigate the world better. So it just sets kids up so much better emotionally and academically. So it's super important. And it's also a lot of fun on a personal level. It's really good for kids emotionally. So we just really like to help encourage our parents to do that every day.
Yeah. My granddaughter, when she hears music, she because they played music, before she was even born, and the reading and all of that. So I think that's all very important. And when we were raising our two, I can't remember the name of the cartoon, which it doesn't really matter, but it was kind of like baby talk, and the words didn't make sense.
Teletubbies.
Okay. Well, one thing we decided to do is we didn't want to talk like that, around them. We wanted to say regular words, talk in a normal voice, and that kind of thing, just to help with speech. And I don't know whether that made a difference or not, but I hope it did. So.
I think so. I'm
sure it did.
Well, one of them's a pastor, so I guess he learned how to talk somewhere along the line. So.
That's an important skill.
Yeah, sure is. So don't forget the Storybook Breakfast. And again, you can purchase your tickets right there on yourlocaluw.org.
Absolutely, you can.
All right.
Purchase those there, and we hope to see you on Saturday, March 7th.
Absolutely. Do want to also remind you about Baby Basics, which is presented by Ascension St. Thomas, the collection drive and all of that information. The event is Thursday, February 19th, and all of the information is at yourlocaluw.org/babybasics, and go to the same website with the /storybook, and that's where you'll find all the info about the Storybook Breakfast. Well, thanks again for stopping in today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Our friends from the Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, Pediatrics, Dr. Marcy Castleberry and Brandice Ricks, who you're just all over.
I am all over.
Every part of how many campuses now? 2 and almost 3, and
three
growing.
And almost 4.
Well, 8.
3 and almost 4.
Our locations
MMC
are
now.
MMC now,
Yeah.
which we open another one this afternoon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in today and being on with us here on Rutherford Issues. Have a good day out there, everybody. And until next time, take care out there.
Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home has served Murfreesboro families with compassion and care since 1880. As a family-owned funeral home, we're committed to...
Subscribe to Big G TV, local content that matters to Rutherford County.